Lewis Hamilton is considering jumping to Ferrari sooner than expected. More info on the 2026 regulations has been revealed. Aston Martin has big ambitions for 2026, and more news of the latest news in F1. On 1st of February, Hamilton surprised the world of Formula One by announcing his move to Ferrari, a team that he has always admired. However, the Briton has put the news aside for now and is focusing on his 12th and final F1 season with Mercedes. Hamilton's team principal, Toto Wolff, has also stated that the situation at Ferrari is not their main concern at the moment, referring to the driver's performance during the Australian Grand Prix. However, there will come a time when Hamilton and Mercedes will have to address this situation. The team will need to keep the details of their next F1 car from Hamilton, as he will be leaving them at the end of the season. This is not a new situation for Hamilton, as he had left McLaren for Mercedes in 2012. But the announcement was made much later in the season. Hamilton has already started to think about how he will deal with his move to Ferrari. Hamilton has never been in this position before, where he has already signed with a new team before the end of the season. He is unsure how to balance his loyalty to Mercedes while preparing for his new team. Hamilton is keen to prioritize his current campaign with the Silver Arrows, as he seeks to end his unprecedented 49-race winless run. He is determined to finish on a high note and give his best performance this season. He is focusing all his energy on the present, while also looking forward to the future. Despite his excitement for the future, Hamilton acknowledges that his current team is going through a difficult phase, and his priority is to work with the team to get back to the top. As a competitor, his main focus is to win, and he is determined to give his best to Mercedes until the end of the season. If you are enjoying the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel cause I drop a video every day. During the evaluation of 2026 aero ideas, sim drivers experienced strange phenomena, such as difficulty in spinning out on the straights under acceleration in low downforce configuration and being unable to run at full speed in what should be high-speed corners. This hinted that F1's rulemakers were potentially unprepared for the new rules era, which includes an all-new engine and chassis. However, the drama of the findings was actually part of the plan to prove certain concepts would not work at all. As efforts continue to finalize the new car regulations, the FIA and teams are working together to frame future ideas for regulations. The teams have state-of-the-art simulator and simulation facilities that better future-proof stuff. Amid the efforts to sort out the 2026 aero regulations, the FIA has again been assisted by teams in working on what is known as the Fangio model, the base outline of the new chassis and aero rules. But there were two key questions that needed answering in the recent simulation work that threw up the stories. To get answers, a work plan was put in place involving 3 teams. This included a total of 1,000 aero runs between them in recent weeks. On the first question, a lot of progress was made with aero mapping and development to give the FIA the direction needed to finalize the active aero specifics. And on the second point of not having a movable front wing, the simulator runs delivered a definite answer. There was no way active aero could involve just the rear wing. The simulator runs confirmed that F1's 2026 aero plans will have to include both the front and rear wing moving, and have given a direction for sorting out the aero balance between the two. With the knowledge from the simulator running outlining the minimum wing angle that can be run at the back, allied to the range of adjustment needed at the front, the FIA is well set to sort out remaining details over the next month or so. The active aero will involve the cars having 2 states, a normal setting for the car as it would appear when stationary, and then a low drag state where the wing angles come down. The second state is likely to be activated automatically at set zones around the track to help improve top speed. While DRS will be gone, that will not mean the end of overtaking opportunities on straights. Instead, a revision to the FIA's 2026 technical regulations recently outlined a push-to-pass power boost, known as override mode, that will allow a driver to deploy additional power up to 305 km/h, 220.9 femps for an overtake. Discussions about the 2026 chassis regulations continued at a meeting of F1's Technical Advisory Committee last week, and sources indicate that the FIA and F1 are on course to hit the end of June deadline for finalizing the rules. Reports suggest that Carlos Sainz Jr.'s father, Carlos Sainz Sr., could play a crucial role in negotiations over his son's Formula One F1 2025 seat, as rumors of a move to either Audi or Mercedes circulate in the motorsport community. Sainz Jr. was informed in February that he would be dropped by Ferrari at the end of 2024 to make way for Lewis Hamilton, but he has had a great start to the season, claiming his third career victory at the Australian Grand Prix and finishing on the podium at each of the 3 races he has contested so far in 2024. Although Sainz Jr. has been heavily linked with a switch to Sauber ahead of Audi's highly anticipated F1 entry in 2026, multiple reports from Italy last week claimed that the Spaniard is on the verge of agreeing to join Mercedes next season in what would be a direct seat swap with Hamilton. Meanwhile, Trevor Carlin, who fielded Sainz Jr. in British Formula 3 and the Formula 3 Euro Series in 2012, believes that the 29-year-old could become world champion in the right car. In a column for Motorsport.com, Carlin wrote, "Why do so many people seem to underrate him? It beats me. When in 2012 he joined us at Carlin as a Formula 3 driver, he was just 17, and he carried on his teenage shoulders the heavy weight of expectation that all Red Bull-backed drivers experience. On top of that, the fact that his father was and is a motorsport legend, a double World Rally champion, inevitably piled extra pressure on him, especially in their native Spain, where sports fans can be passionate and unforgiving in equal measure. Worse, he had to cope with all of that despite not having the level of experience that previous Red Bull-backed drivers had been able to draw on, yet he showed remarkable mettle." Carlin also added that Sainz Jr.'s current form could allow him to leave the talking to his father, who is one of the most celebrated names in motor racing history, having won 2 World Rally Championship titles in the early 1990s. Carlin stated that Sainz Sr.'s legacy includes working hard and being a great grafter, and that he has passed these traits on to his son. Speaking in January, before Sainz Jr.'s Ferrari exit was confirmed, Sainz Sr. confirmed that he had exchanged views with his son over a potential move to Audi. He acknowledged that Audi is a guarantee, and that he respects the way the German automaker approaches every project. He also stated that he has a lot of respect for Audi and thinks that the team is putting all the ingredients in place for it to be a successful project. The Sainz family has a long-standing relationship with Audi, and they often talk and exchange views on what the Audi team can be in the future. The latest buzz in the Formula One world is that Fernando Alonso has decided to continue his association with Aston Martin until at least 2026, putting an end to the speculations that he might have been considering other options. The Spanish 2-time world champion was being linked with Red Bull and Mercedes as well, but it seems Honda has grand plans for the future with the Silverstone-based squad. The Japanese engine manufacturer has been successful in powering a team to F1 dominance in partnership with Red Bull. With redesigned power units coming in 2026, Honda has expressed its desire to come out of the blocks firing, chasing instant title success with its new ally Aston Martin. However, Honda admits that this is easier said than done. Alonso has signed a new multi-year deal with Aston Martin, which will see him through an exciting new era for the team as they join forces with Honda. The goal for both Honda and Aston Martin is to become world champions from 2026 onwards. This might seem like a daunting task, but they need some good targets to put in their best effort together. Lawrence Stroll, the team owner, has invested heavily in the Aston Martin team with the goal of making them champions. After a remarkable leap in 2023, which brought a healthy collection of Alonso podiums, F1 2024 has been proving tougher going, with P5 being the best result achieved so far. According to Koji Watanabe, the president of Honda Racing Corporation, there is something missing currently that is preventing Aston Martin and Honda from achieving swift title success, so an honest conversation is needed to achieve that breakthrough. Watanabe believes that an honest conversation is necessary for both parties to understand what is missing on the other side. They need to discuss what is missing on the Honda side, as well as what is missing on the Aston Martin side. Watanabe admits that becoming a top-class team together will require an honest conversation. For Alonso, the Aston Martin-Honda reunion represents a chance to banish the ghosts of his past. He had previously driven for McLaren during their failed Honda reunion, and the experience was far from pleasant. However, with the ambitious plans Honda and Aston Martin have, Alonso might have the chance to win his third world championship title. If you are enjoying the content, watch this playlist next on all the latest news in F1 this week. See you there.